startle you. You look like you could use a little caffeine.
Thank you.
Like 1.3 radio.
If you don't mind, can I ask what you're looking at?
It's nothing. The past cases. Burn victims. For some
The EMS
reason,
clear has made contact with them.
I think it might be relevant.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get back to the bones. Let me know if you need anything. Okay.
I will. Thank you.
You can take his VMS. He's on his way right now. People?
Hello? Mr. Bray? Mr. Bray?
Central.
How you doing there, Sam? I had to change the date and all this. Welcome to Saturday Night Live, coming to you from Underwood, Indiana, out in the country. You know, I've been here since either 2017, 18 when I bought the house. You know, it's nice living out in the country. A city boy for 65 years. Let's see, 5 makes it 7. Yeah, I guess I live here 6 or 7 years out here in Underwood, Indiana. I went to Walmart today and, I got me a heat lamp bulb for my outside kitty cats. Where they keep warm. I gotta close in my porch more. I got a tarp up close to the door, and I gotta get my other tarp and double it. I put it up on the rest of the porch to kind of keep the wind from blowing this winter, to keep my kitty cats warm.
Nothing to worry about.
No, I'm not stoned. I'll tell you something, Sam.
If you knew what I knew.
I've been sober from alcohol and drugs 25 plus years. I used to drink alcohol like it was going out of style. I started drinking alcohol when I was 12 years old, smoking marijuana. Hello, you beautiful people. Good evening. It's 9:20, I guess 9:28. I got 9:27. I think my clock is a minute slow. Welcome you, Oh, well, I was at Walmart, and plus last night,
I always check Single Care first. Just go to singlecare.com, search for your prescription, and show the coupon to your pharmacist.
CB Radio. Hello, CB.
Single Care every month, and you can too. Visit singlecare.com and start saving today.
If you, like many people, are covered by both Medicare and
How you all doing?
here's something important.
As you all know, if you've been watching my videos, my computer died on me. I'm using my cell phone. Well, I went to Walmart, Sans Leak. I went to Walmart, got me what they call a heat lamp bulb. It's red, like you use for your chickens. Hi, Moon Man. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my channel, which I'm 70 plus years old, on a fixed income, 4 heart attacks, strokes, high blood pressure, sugar, diabetes, arthritis. I'm a kitty cat nut. And while I was there picking up that heat lamp bulb, about 200 and some odd watt bulb, I got it out there in a lamp over a box. But while I was there at Walmart, I checked on a computer since I looked it up on their webpage last night. I forget the brand of it, you know. The hard drive is 2 gigabytes. The RAM is, I believe, 64. And with the graphics card and everything. And I had to ask questions, you know, I want to find out because they had something about payments. It's, I guess you can make payments through a phone on a laptop computer since my old HP died. Because I bought that laptop when I bought this house because, well, if you come a first-time home buyer, like I am, thanks to President Trump, I couldn't buy my first-time home if it wasn't for President Trump. And I used to live in Charlestown, Indiana. We had a crooked mayor. Didn't like people who made under $48,000. He called them scumbags. And my rent back there then was about $350. With my budget, which now I get between $800 and $900 a month until January. Then I get probably maybe 3 to 7%, which that's not much when you're 70 plus years old. Hello, Kansas Cop Watch. How you doing? I've been watching your videos. But as you know, I've been doing it on my cell phone since my computer died, and I don't have the money to get me in the computer. And I looked on Walmart, see what they had. I found one. And they use a firm, I think you call it a firm. I asked him about questions, what I have to do to qualify for it, and they told me. This is a Walmart in Scottsburg, Indiana. No, I didn't get no new lawnmower. You know, a new lawnmower's anywhere from $2,000 up to $20,000. But everybody told me, said, Tom, you need to get you a zero turn because it's 60 plus inches where a regular riding mower. People, I let you know, I try to do my best on here. When you're 70 plus years old and you live on a budget, and you take about 18 pills a day for high blood pressure, blood thinners, diabetes, and so on. Well, if you can afford a lawnmower, if you can afford a zero turn, you got videos on YouTube to look at. You got Hustler, you got Troy Built, you got Bad Boys, but up there, about 6 miles up the road from me, north of me, in a town they call Scottsburg, Indiana, they got an Ace Hardware
same store we found the victim's shoe?
They got an Ace Hardware store in Scottsburg, Indiana. They got Troy belts, you know, zero turns, the kind you can sit on, and the kind you can stand on. You know, that's a whole lot of money. You're looking at, I guess, for a zero turn for $3,000 up to maybe $20,000.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be 72
No, they're the same thing.
in 2 months. You know, 2 months. And my heart doctor told me years ago, no pushing my lawnmower. Where I live in Underwood, TB, Pack Beats, I got about an acre of ground.
I thought so. If you like, you can peek your head inside. Catch the end of the show.
Well, what do I do for fun?
It ruins the whole experience.
Right now, I'm watching Bones on TV. I got maybe 5 or 6 female cats in my bedroom with 2 cat boxes. Out in the living room, I got 3 tomcats out in the living room. Outside cats, I got Mama Cat and her 4 babies that she brought over in 22, I think. Because she kept crossing the county road. And her babies always got killed. So I told Mama Blackie, leave your babies over here. That way you get to come a grandma. Well, she left 4 of her babies. And you got January, who's a long-haired gray cat. You got Boots, who is a gray female cat with white paws. That's how come I call her Boots. And Pretty Girl is a gray cat. It got a white spot right here. LB is kind of like a calico. You know, it's more black. It got black, yellow, and yellow in it. Which, you know, I call her LB for Little Blackie. Her mom, I call her Mama Blackie. They had her second litter of babies. Like Boots, she got either 3 or 4 babies. One's what you call a regular calico cat, white, yellow, and black. The other baby, I call her, I guess it's a her, they're scaredy cats. That's one thing about Boots' babies. She don't never have them in the yard or up on the porch. They're scaredy cats. She has another baby. It's white and gray, which I call it Snowball. You know, I'm trying to do my best, people. I'm trying my best. When you live on a budget, everybody who works or on a fixed income has to live on a budget. Pay your bill, your electric bill, your water bill. If you live in the city, you got water and sewage bill or a gas bill, which I got a heat pump. And if you all, some of you I believe is new on here because I don't recognize the name. I'm going to give you my PayPal account, people. It's Thomas Cartwright Sr., SR for Senior. That's my PayPal account. My Cash App is Tom Cartwright 4375 is my cash app.
Drop the hammer. Drop it.
I don't know, some call me a cat hoarder. Right now, I got 1, 2, 3 sitting on my lap. You know. Then I got one up here by my shoulder. I got 1 or 2 up there on the TV. They all female cats. But you people, I know I got too many cats. I feed them, I brush them, I try to put flea stuff, but when I get my little spray bottle, start to get it, they take off. You know, they do get flea treatments. My 3 tomcats in the front room, I can put that flea stuff on them. They don't take off running. But if you all watch my past videos, you saw Barry. That was number 1 tomcat. We've been together over 12 years when he passed away. Then his son, Socks, he was, I guess, maybe like a tiger cat. And you can't see this blanket, it's blue. This is Socks' baby blanket. He passed away, which I done a video on that. And Rooster, he was kind of like a white cat with tiger stripes. Why do I call him Rooster? Well, when I first bought this house in 2017, 18, somewhere, out on the county road, the main road, there was 3 roosters. I've always fed them because I feed all animals. That's how I am. I love animals. I begin to hate these blankety-blank raccoons here. They killed, you know, I ended up having 1 rooster, but let's get back to the 3 roosters. I went down to feed them rooster, Harry, Henry, and Henrietta, but before I found out Henrietta was a rooster. And they usually come to running when I got put the food on the ground. And they kept crowing, you know, since I'm a city boy, I didn't know that much about roosters. They crow about every time you go out there and talk to them. So I got over close to that tree, and them roosters sit down at the bottom of that tree and look up and crow. I said, "What's wrong, Harry?" And, you know, all that. I asked them, they crow again. All at once, I heard meow. I looked up, a baby kitty cat. I said, "Come on, baby." It came down the tree, you know, backwards. They was taking care of that kitty cat. Hello, Alexi. That's Alexi. That's Alex's baby. That's Margaret's granddaughter. And what these kitty cats do to me, people, they're my therapy animals. I had a wife, but that's years ago. I had one to die on me. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 children. She was a deaf mute. You know, she was a good mother. And my son's mother, she just died in December of last year of cancer. She didn't cheat on me, but we fought like cats and dogs. And what I decide, what is the best interest for my son? Did he need to see us fighting where you pass this on? He might think, well, Daddy and Mommy fought like that. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do if I get a girlfriend or a wife. So I stopped it, divorced her, spent $40,000 on divorce and custody, got custody of my son. He was girl crazy and Head Start, first grade. Then she raised him the last 9 years, but he's a good boy. He lives with me, doesn't pay me anything. He should, but I don't ask him. I get my Social Security, I get my food stamps, and I tell food stamps he doesn't pay anything. He buys his own food. You know, he cooks his own food. I buy my own food, cook my own food. You know, I put gas in. Sometimes he'd give me some gas money when he has to go to the doctor, which he's 30-something years old. He's in worse shape than I am. He got arthritis so bad, people. And he's hurting. He's hurting. He can't work. He had a good security job for Ally/Universal Security, who he used to work for. But, you know, since I'm old, I couldn't remember. He could have sued Ally University Security Company for the ADA rules because he had the paperwork, all this. But my kitty cat keeps me company. Like you all see, let me back up in there where I can see what his name is. Because I want you all, it's JOCO Kansas Cop Watch. It's JOCO Kansas Cop Watch. No, I didn't get my lawnmower yet. People said, well, you can go on Facebook and look at Marketplace. I don't have Facebook, people. See, when I bought this house back in 17 or 18, I'm not sure when I bought it. It's somewhere in that time frame. And a person gave me a John Deere tractor. It was about 10 years old. It finally locked up. The mower did locked up, and it cost me about $1,000 to replace all the bearings in the mower deck. Well, I traded that in with my 92 Ford Ranger, and back when we got this $1,200 stimulus check, that was my down payment on my 2011 Toyota Camry, and $50 a month from a friend of mine. I bought 3 or 4 vehicles from my friend and made payments like that. So he took that 92 Ford Ranger in on trade, took that John Deere on trade, and took that $1,200, and I made my $50 a month payment while I got it paid off. Then one of my neighbors across the road had a Detroit built. I got it. It was given to me. I had to spend about $500 off of the bat, a new battery, a new starter solenoid, and a tar. I forget what else I got. And I love cutting grass. That usually takes me about 30 minutes on a riding lawnmower.
Going towards Madison, but I just got a call with that vehicle turned off on Chicken Run.
I was seeing this all over my Instagram feed. I'm sure you're seeing it too.
And because I got a push mower that I bought maybe 8 or 9 years ago before I got this house. And it's, I think, a Troy built push mower. Well, people, any of you that had heart attacks or strokes, you know there's things that you can't do. I'm sorry, I got my red light on, which I got like, I guess you call them like Christmas lights. The screw things about the size of your pinky, you screw in your ceiling lights. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 bulbs. They can be red, blue, green, clear, purple, you know, all with a remote control. See, I got a kitty cat laying there. I think, yeah, it's a Lexi. She's laying up by my left shoulder because I got arthritis. They're my therapy animals. I talk to them, I love them, I pet them, I keep a cat box clean out. I tell you a secret, people, on cat litter. If you use a scoop kind, you know, you scoop it away, you got clumps. Your house smell a little bit like cats. Thanks to YouTube, people, there's this lady that got probably 5 cats in the house. She goes to Tractor Supply. They got what they call horse pellets. It's in a green bag, around $5, give or take a little. It smells like pine. When it gets wet and time to change it, it turns into sawdust. You can take it outside and dump it in your flower bed or in your garden if you got a garden like that. Well, what can I do? Let's see, let me read it. 'Cause I'm having trouble with my glasses. I got to go to John and Kenton, K-E-N-T-Y-O or O-N or something. They got to put something in my eyes before I have surgery. I get to the point that everything's getting blurry, like I guess you call them cataracts. And also, I went to eye doctor first of the month. I forget when it was. I guess I went in October. When you get my age, you can't remember stuff too well. They scheduled me to this specialist, you know, that works on cataracts and stuff like that. I don't drive at night, to let you know, like today's Saturday. You know, summertime, I might get up at 5 o'clock, drive to Scottsburg, that's about 5-6 miles away, go to what they call the sale barn / flea market. get there at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's when other people gets there and set up. And when I look at the street lights, or the headlights of the car coming the other way, if you all remember when you was in school, you learned about the prism, all the different colors of the prism. But mine was a circle. And so I guess they're going to put that stuff in my eyes to delete it, or you know what I'm talking about. Then I guess they're going to see how bad it is on the cataracts. That is the last week of the month when I have to go drive to the eye doctor in a town they call Jeffersonville, Indiana. It's right there on the Louisville, Kentucky border. You know, if you follow I-65. And if you follow 65, and I tell you, I'm about the ballpark figure. I live between the 19 and a 25-mile marker of I-65. You know, that gives you about where I live in northern Clark County, Indiana. And I want to thank you all for all the comments and the comments you all give me. As you know, right now I am using my cell phone because my computer died. If my computer was alive, I would use my studio mic, my little box where you can make different sounds, different voices. But my computer died. I can't get a new computer. Like I say, I'm looking at a computer at Walmart. This one I saw last night, 2 gigabytes, a very good graphics card, the GeForce, I forget the number of it, and the RAM is 64. I thought you could get bigger than 64 in RAM, you know, but I just can't afford the payments. I got a few months left on this one loan. When I get that paid off in the next 2 months, it might be paid off now. I got to check on it and see if it's paid off. If it is paid off, I will go to a firm after I go back to Walmart site and write that computer down that I want, where I can get back on the computer. And I like to upload videos and try to edit them. But my HP wouldn't let me download edit software because it's one of them cheap ones, between around $200 to $300 from Best Buy. And I asked the people the best editing software that an old man could use. They came up and told me DaVinci. That's what I want to do, people. I've been watching YouTube videos on DaVinci. And I think that'll help me out what I want to do. Like, let you know, people, with my computer, you all on your Type Beats, you probably know about StreamYard. Let me tell you, people, about StreamYard. If you do not do more than 20 hours a month, you can use the free version of StreamYard. But if you do more than 20 hours a month, you want the pay version, anywhere from $15 up to $100. If you have watched the Umbrella Guy, the Expert, MG Law, Megan Fox, of them people bringing people into their studio, that's what they using is StreamYard. You can bring people into your studio while you're on StreamYard. You can share videos like a TV news station, like I've been bringing up the ex-sheriff of Clark County, Indiana, Jamie Noe. He pleaded guilty to 27 felonies instead of 30-something. He stole money from the Utica Fire Department and New Chapel Ambulance Service and a bunch of other stuff. If you want to learn about Jamie Noe, people, go to YouTube. Type in Jamie Noe. You see the TV stations like WHAS, WLKY, WAVE, WDRB TV, but probably most of them will pop up WHAS TV. That's in Louisville, Kentucky. You can find out about Jamie Noe. Well, the judge ruled, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, the judge accepted his plea bargain. To me, he should got 25 plus years. Instead, he got 15 years in prison, 3 years suspended. That means he got 3 years probation. And I don't know if you live in Indiana, but Indiana, when you go from the county jail to prison, you go to what they call the RDC, Regional Dino Center, where you get classified. You fill out paperwork, you see a psychiatrist, and so on, and you can choose what prison you want to go to. But being an ex-state cop, an ex-sheriff of 8 years in Clark County, Indiana, he's going to be in solitary confinement. I think he should be put out in regular population. That's my view. And but I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. You new ones, some old timers. Go to that, Kansas Cop Watch that I mentioned. He got some good videos. And the Umbrella Guy and Megan Fox, you want to watch his videos, subscribe to it. RD on the scene, if you're in Bakersfield, California. Kern County Crime Watchers. White T-Shirt Media. There's a bunch of more in Bakersfield, California. They're out there live streaming car wrecks, house fire, police pursuits, stuff like that, or people get run over by a train, which he won't show you the bodies, because the news media don't cover it. I would love to get out and film all these car wrecks, house fires, but I just don't have the money. The reason I stopped my YouTube channel back in December last year, I'm 70 plus years old, and I'm bored, and I want to teach your people how we live this long, and also to help some of you start a YouTube channel. Any of you that got kids and grandkids, I've also recommend that you talk about your family medical history, you and your spouse, if you got kids. Your children needs to know about their family medical history. See, I'm adopted. The only thing I know about my family medical history is what my real mom told me. Heart attacks, strokes, high blood pressure. I'm guessing now diabetes problems. And maybe some bad nerves, That's from my real mom and my real dad's side of the family. I think your children needs to know that. I know you all great fathers and mothers out there. Teach your children about how to plant a garden, how to raise a garden. Grandmas and grandpas, grandmothers, mom and dad, teach your kids how to can their food. It's better than what you get in the grocery store. Because you know what you're putting in it. The food you get at the grocery store, you don't know what they put in. Everything they got on the can don't tell you everything that's in that food you buy. I talked to you about raising chickens and roosters. Check where you live. See what the law is on having chickens and roosters. Fresh eggs is better for you than what you buy in the grocery store. Ladies and grandmas, if you're still alive, teach your children how to make homemade bread. Teach them how to have persimmon pudding and how to go out and look and see if you got persimmon trees where you can have persimmon puddings. I miss my persimmon pudding, people. And you can do that. Teach your kids about your family medical history, the mother and father. You kids needs to know that. Also, here's a secret, people. By having the video on YouTube, you kids have a video of you if something happens to you, a car wreck, you get murdered, house fire, or died of old age. They have a video to see what you all look like. Also, people, as my dad and mom always taught me, if you hear it, you see it, you report it. Ladies, it's not your fault that you get abused. It's not your fault. But you can leave The reason I started about abused women, I know this one lady. I'm not going to tell you how old she is, what she looks like, because I don't know if he's on YouTube or Twitch or Twitter. I'm not on Facebook, so I don't have to worry about that. I said, why don't you leave him? He beats the crap out of her and threatened her and this and that. And she told me, said, Tom, I know you're a good guy. You help people out. You've always done it. So he told me if I leave, he would kill me and kill my children. But people, check with your sisters, your aunts, your daughters, see if they've been abused. You know how they act maybe before they start dating this a-hole guy or marry him. You know if their personalities change. There's signs. You can go on the internet, look for signs of abused women. That'll teach you all to what to look for. It could be your sister, your aunt, your daughter, and you know what to look for. If you see it, you hear it, you report it. I know you said, I don't want to get involved. But people, here's one I've learned with my old age. Is what happened if you don't call the police and they get killed, knowing that you could call 911 and report it, you could save them. How would you feel that you could have stopped it? People, I couldn't live with it. That's how come if I see it, hear it, I report it, where I can stop the abuse. If you got kids, you kids will see it. When they start dating, they're going to think that's what they're supposed to do. It's time to stop the cycle of the abuse. Even if you see the child getting abused, stop that. Take pictures. You have evidence, you know, if you see it. And you know, I try to give you all ideas to help you out. If you can afford it, people, to protect yourself. If you own property or rent property, ask your landlord if you can put cameras up on your house, protect the property and stuff like that. Protect yourself. If you're in an automobile or pickup truck, buy your dash cam. You set your dash cam up to record 3 minutes. What that does, when you're 3 minutes up, it stops and starts a new file. You get a dash cam that has a GPS on it. That gives you a location where you're at, and a speed limit, and the date and time that it all happens. And say, I'm going to use this for a figure of speech. It does happen. You all know it. Tag Beach, you know it, and the other people knows it. Say you're sitting at a stoplight. It turns green. You proceed through the intersection. Bam! You get T-boned. What's that other person going to say? They had the green light. If you have a dash cam, it'll show you that you have the green light. It'll save your money, your insurance company. Here's the downside of it. If you're guilty and you got a dash cam, it's going to hang you. Only if you're innocent, it'll protect you. But if you're guilty, it'll hang you. You know, that's the bad side of a dash cam. Or if you got a cell phone, you can live stream it or you can record it. Right now, people, on my cell phone, I'm using Prison Live Studio on my cell phone. And I mentioned RD on the Scene and his other YouTube channel is Kern County Crime Watchers. They use Prison Live Studio, Facebook. I think they're using Kick now, I believe, and I'm trying to learn about Kick, but since my laptop is dead, I can't use Kick. Because I asked something about a key. I don't know what they're talking about. I think I have to go on my laptop and get in there to see what my key is, then type it into Prison Live Studio where I can live stream on Kick. But right now, I'm live streaming on YouTube and Twitch. I'm asking you people, it's on Twitch. Come to YouTube, Tom Cartwright 4375, and subscribe to my channel. Help me out. Help me get those subscribers. I know people said doing the YouTube channel is like a business. People, I'm doing the best I can. For 70 plus years old, on a fixed income. How many of your people out there is Elvis Presley fans? You know, he supposedly died in 77. Supposedly. If you're really an Elvis Presley fan, he worked for the government. CIA, FBI, could get fake IDs and stuff like that. I know some of you get mad at me right now. Put your faith in God. Fight for God. Fight for your family with God. Believe in God. Because somebody in your family might get sick. It might be your spouse, your kids, your mother, your sister. You're always praying to God to make them better. It works, but it takes time. I want to tell you about this YouTube channel. You can find him on TikTok too. Go to YouTube and type in Bob Joyce. He's in Benton, Arkansas. He's a preacher. I know some of you think he might be Elvis. He done proven to me he's Elvis Presley. You know, you saw Elvis Presley in movies. You know how he speaks, how he walks, and all that. You know Elvis Presley, I think it's his left eye. He has a scar right here. He had a space between his teeth. Elvis Presley had a bad knee. Bob Joyce got all of those things. On Sundays, I would share a video. I wish I had my computer. I got to use my cell phone and my TV to do it, where he started preaching for about an hour and 15 minutes.
The best feeling is when we take off our bra. It's not.
If I was down there in Benton, Arkansas, I would go to his church every Sunday morning.
Into your skin. There is some boning on the sides.
He got a music service where he plays the piano, a guitar.
Year 1614.
He sings how great thou art. If you listen to him, and you heard Elvis Presley sing how great thou art, you swear it's Elvis. If you know how he moves his hands, how he plays the guitar, you pay close attention. I leave it up to you. But I will share tomorrow between 7 and 9 o'clock. I get watching 5-0. Sometimes I forget, but I try between 7 and 9 o'clock sharing his Sunday church service. From the start to the end, unless my internet goes down. You know how Spectrum internet is. It went down 2 weeks ago, at about 10 or 15 minutes before the end of it.
So he had access to all my emails?
I have to say though,
So I want you to watch it. Come and join me.
attachments between Hodgins and me.
Subscribe to my channel.
Harris do that
I want to thank you all.
Not over email.
See, people, this is all being done with Prison Live Studio on my cell phone.
Dr. Alexander Bancroft, why does that name sound so familiar?
But God wants you to put his faith into him. God wants you to make him great again. I know some of you hate politics. Look back in July, what happened. Trump got shot. God spared him. God wants you to make America great again. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, or what. No matter what race you are in. God wants you to make America great again by putting your faith into God. How did I learn about Bob Joyce? People, you hear voices sometimes. You look around, seeing who's talking to you. People, it's God talking to you. That's how I learned about Bob Joyce. I know you think I'm crazy, but God told me about Bob Joyce. You can't go to church every Sunday or Saturday if you're Catholic. I think they go, what, Fridays or Saturdays. You can't go every week. You can turn your TV on. You can watch it on TV. Or your local radio station, you can listen to the church service. You can do that. But I know people, one of them is my blankety-blank brother. He believes in God when he's in church. When he walks out them church doors, the devil takes him over. If you all been watching me a long time, I've talked about my brother, how he put the shaft to me. But I'm not going to do anything to him. I'm leaving it up to God. That's what you got to do. Put your God faith into God. Because you get old like me and other people that's on here, you put your faith into God more. Every morning, people, this is every morning I wake up. I prayed to God, thanking Him to let me live for another day. God got something planned for me.
You always taught me
But-
to examine the evidence without any preconceived
But I need money, like I tell God. I need to get me a better computer where I can do things for your people of God
While performing histological examination
and spread the word what I've went through in my life to live this long.
evidence that the victim took antibiotics.
And marriage, men, you gonna get on me. And the ladies will clap their hands and say, amen, Tom is right. Men, and you younger people out there, to get along with your wives when you get married, remember they're always right. That's how you get along. You compromise. You come to a deal. No fighting each other in front of your kids. Put your faith in God and in your marriage.
I mean, they weren't hidden at all.
He wants us to find them. He suggested he wants to get caught.
Because it's getting cold outside where I'm at in
Does Zach fit that profile?
southern Indiana. It's getting cold.
Dr. Addy's never been diagnosed.
If you say your wife is lying, get ready to take cold showers, men. You know what I'm talking about.
Of this condition.
So one personality is
I'll tell you another secret by being married so many times. That'll help you out better. You have your own checking account. Your wife will have her checking account. Then you both can have a checking account where you pay your bills. Where you both can pay your bills. But you have your checking account. She'll have her checking account. Then you both have a checking account. That's 3 checking accounts.
Gentlemen agree, clear and available.
And help your spouse around the house, on cleaning the house, wash the clothes, learn how to cook. I know men, you men, some of them is better cooks than ladies. Be true to your spouse. You know, that's what God wants. He wants you all to get along. God wants you to put your faith into Him. I know some of you don't believe in God. You got Buddhists, you got monks, you got Jehovah's Witnesses, you got Catholic, you got Mormons, you got Amish. But they all believe in this God, Jehovah, which is Jehovah's Witness. You know, they all believe in God. So, right now, I think I'm watching Bones on TV. Is what I'm watching. So, I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. Come and join me tomorrow, Sunday, between 7 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Because right now, people, you know YouTube, I don't make any money. You all don't make any money until you get 500 to 1,000 subscribers. And if you go back and watch my videos, I talk about first-time home buyers. This is what I went through as a first-time home buyer. What do you count as income? You count food stamps. You count child support. You count alimony, bonds and stocks and stuff like that. Another way to invest your money. And other old people will tell you, Invest your money in gold and silver. If banks still got safety deposit box, you can put your gold and silver into a safety deposit box. Or if you got a big, heavy duty gun safe that nobody can pick up and carry you out of your house, put your gold and silver into that.
Repeating, PRU.
And you young people out there, put your money into gold and silver. So if you got $30,000 and you buy gold and you save, say, 10 years, I would say estimate maybe 300,000. I'm just estimating. I'm not sure. I don't have the input up here.
0901.
Oh, I gave you my post office box. Let me give you all this again. It's Tom Cartwright at Post Office Box 1, Charlestown, Indiana, 47111. Let me give you my PayPal account. It's Thomas Cartwright Sr., SR for Senior. My Cash App is Tom Cartwright 4375 at the Cash App. I've showed you the post office box that they have in the lobby. You can put a laptop computer box in that big post office box in the lobby. So if you all can help me out, I appreciate it. And I told you I need a new riding lawnmower because of my health problems. I showed you videos where I got a ditch line along my driveway on my road. And out here in the back and side yard is being the east and south side yard, I got a creek. You YouTubers recommend that I get a zero turn, what they call a commercial type. They got the roll bars back there that it'll be over your head. If you turn over and you got your seatbelt on, the roll bars will save you from getting killed by the lawnmower. A zero turn is 60 plus inches. I got about an acre of ground. A regular riding lawnmower one is about 28, 30 inches in width. It takes me about 30 minutes. But with a push mower, it takes me about 6 days, 10 minutes at a time because of my heart condition. So I'm just letting you know about my health problems. So I'm just letting you know my medical condition. I know your people, it's my age, that has medical condition. So, I'm not lying to you. That's what my channel is about. Truth and justice for all. I brought you court cases of a Karen Reed story, which to me, she is innocent. I brought you about the Turtle Boy and what he went through. I brought you about Jamie Noe, the ex-sheriff, and there's more people going to be taken down by the feds. So that's what I stand for, truth and justice for all. That's how come, also TB, I know TB probably watches it, Tribes Beware. You see other YouTube channels, before they come live, they have an introduction. That's what I like to do, people. I love to do it. Can you see me if I could figure out how to do it? You know, my face and a Superman's flying through the air for truth and justice. And you heard about Veronica. I got a feeling I'm going to get the name wrong. This happened in Louisville, Kentucky. Veronica Taylor, who got killed by the Louisville Police Department, got murdered. They broke into her house and her boyfriend shot him, and they just went crazy on shooting. You remember that. I want some of that be part of it.
And not even scrubbing.
Well, fluff my feathers.
That's some of the introduction that I want. You know, that's what I like to do, but I don't have the computer. The one I look at Walmart, I forget the name of it. It's 2 gigabytes. I think you can get them up to 4 gigabytes, but I think a 4 gigabytes is over $1,000. But a 2 gigabyte is around $800 to $900 with, I think, 64 of RAM, but I thought you could get more of that RAM. I know you can in a desktop. I used to have a desktop. I had a Dell. You remember 10 plus years ago on cable TV, they had, I think, 2 computer shows. I think, what was they called? Tech TV and something else. And that's what I did to my Dell computer. I made it into kind of like a gaming computer. I put a bigger hard drive, a different graphics card in it, a bigger hard drive, bigger RAM.
Okay, just send the
You know,
LZ to us, please.
but there's some young kid wanted to get into computer. I gave it to him. But so that's to let you know. I love helping people out. So I'm asking you all for your help. So I want to thank you all very much. Hit the subscribe bell. Hit it again where you get all notifications. And check your subscription. In case you're not getting notifications, YouTube has been unsubscribing people. So I want to say goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow night. God bless you all. So I want to thank you all. So